Okay, I'm tapping into the collective energy. First and foremost, I want to cast out any spirits, any entities, any individuals who will happen to see this message and it does not resonate already with them. I pray that they click off so fast. I pray that a glitch happens in their technology where they can't even watch this video. I pray that their phone dies or their laptop dies before they even get to watch it. I pray that it will send an agitator in their system if they're not meant to watch this video. But for those who make it past this prayer, this message is undoubtedly for you. It's for your spirits. It's for your ancestors who want you to hear these messages that we're going to be channeling. And the question that I really want to ask our collective ancestors, our highest ancestors, the ancestors who are successful, the ancestors who have wisdom, the ancestors who were abundant, the ancestors who had overflowing bank accounts in whatever timeline they were living in. I'm seeing cattle right now. Spirit is showing me ancestors who maybe they were African or some type of indigenous tribal ancestors who maybe they were not rich in the capitalist standards of today, but they were rich. They had cattle, they had land. Okay, these are the ancestors that we want to be talking to right now. Thank you so much, God. This is a blessing. So yes, ancestors, successful ancestors, abundant ancestors, wise ancestors, ancestors who fulfilled their destiny, ancestors who lived even a fraction of their dreams. I'm calling on you to ask you in this moment, what are we overlooking in our journey? Okay? What are we overlooking? What are you overlooking who's watching this? What am I overlooking in my journey? What are we overlooking in our journeys, collective ancestors, okay? Hey, I am popping in for a timeless message. Timeless means whenever this pops up for you, whether you're following me or not, when you see it, there's a message that you need to hear right in that very moment that is meant for you. If you are following me, maybe you're not stalking my timeline and it popped up at the perfect moment when maybe you needed confirmation, or maybe you needed help getting to the root of something deeper that's going on with you right here in 2026. I was just using my crystals, pyrite and citrine. I wanted to meditate with these today. So just a little tidbit about pyrite and citrine. Yes, I'm still a crystal girly. Yes, I still use crystals. I'm just not constantly talking about them and making content around crystals, but I still swear by crystals. I love crystals. Crystals can really help fill in gaps that you don't even know you have, and it can just really help you tap into spiritual forces, spiritual energies that are within you, but it can really help clarify and make those things stronger and bring them to the forefront. Contrary to popular belief, citrine and pyrite do a lot more than just help you with money. We first have to be in the right energy to receive abundance. We have to have the right mindset to have or experience abundance, right? So that's the deeper thing that these things help with. And they also help things last. They help things stretch, and they help things be enough, and to help you know when you do have enough. Because a part of the reason why we think we're always lacking, or we think that we don't have abundance, is because sometimes we are blind to it. We're blind to when we actually have more than enough, when we actually are just being greedy, when we're doing too much, we're trying to push too hard, we're trying to grind, we're getting into this hustle culture that's promoted everywhere, and that's really actually out of alignment, right? And that's one thing that particularly this pyrite crystal here really got me together with a couple weeks ago. But Anyway, with that being said, we are going to be pulling some cards today, but I just wanted to drop off some channel messages, again, timeless messages that you and myself may need to hear at some point in time. Spirit wants you to know that you're the one that got away, okay? You're the one that got away, all right? One more time, you're the one that got away. I don't know who needs to hear that. Spirit also wants someone in the collective to know, including myself, your haters are waiting on you to succeed. Your haters are waiting on you to succeed. Your haters are waiting on you to succeed. Of course, you're going to hear that and you're going to say, why would someone who hates me, why would someone who preys on my downfall, why would someone who treated me bad in the past be waiting for me to succeed? Haters have a warped mindset, okay? All haters are people who, you know, they flip everything on its axis, right? So they already know your potential. They already know you're great. They already know that you're the one. They already know that you're the anomaly, okay? Spirit just said the word anomaly really loud in my ear. They already know that's you, okay? They're testing to see, does he know it? Does she know it? Okay? And once you make it, then you're going to be the very proof that they need to see God's power, to see their own power, to see the truth, to see reality. Okay, these people are out here delusional. All right, they're real sick in the head. So again, your haters are waiting on you to succeed. All right, and that's even more the reason why you don't need to worry about these people, because it's really silliness. You know, it's really some real sick silliness when people spend a lot of energy trying to bring you down, because underneath all of that animosity is really admiration, love, appreciation, and the drive that they should be giving you to encourage you to keep going. Okay, so those are just three messages. What is it, three messages that I wanted to drop off. That was ringing really loud in my ear. But let's go ahead and get into this timeless message, because I want to deliver the message that Spirit needs you to see right now, right in this moment. I'm pulling from my Chalks of Kikongo deck right now, and I'm going to be, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be pulling from a couple different decks. As you guys know, I have a couple decks I've been using for a while, and the cards are, you know, there's a lot of energy right now because I did just come out of a meditation, as I said, with my pyrite crystals. And one more download I want to share with you guys. When I was doing this that meditation with my crystals, you know, I knew I wanted to record something today, but you know, I have a perfectionist spirit, so sometimes I'm like, okay, you know, what do I need to make this video really pop? The only thing I needed to do was to be in the moment and to just go ahead and get it done and act on it, right? And Spirit wants you to know the same thing. Spirit says at this time, nothing is holding you back. Nothing is holding you back. Nothing is holding you back. You've done enough spiritual baths. You've gotten enough readings. You know in your soul what you're supposed to really be doing. You know it. All you got to do is just get to it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. Less is going to be more right now, because you need less so that you can go ahead and get started, because always wanting more, again, okay, always looking for more when you actually have enough creates a delusion, and it stops your abundance, and it stops your breakthroughs. Okay, so I have a lot of different cards that have just flew out of this Chalks of Kikongo deck, and we're going to go as fast as we can through all of them to get as many messages as I can in this timeless reading. Okay, are you ready? Let's get to it. The first card that popped out, whoop, was ancestral work. The question I asked was, what are we overlooking? All right, what are we ignoring? What are we forgetting about? These are the things that we're going to be talking about. Okay, this is a timeless message. Okay, the first thing we're forgetting, we're overlooking, we're ignoring is that our ancestors are always with us. Our ancestors are supporting us. Our ancestors are here for us. Period. No questions, no commentary, no other thing is needed. That's it. Stop forgetting how much support you have. Stop forgetting how much protection you have. Stop overlooking it as well. It's right there. It's plain as day. And it's time for you to keep that at the forefront. Just know, call them in to any room, to any setting. They're there. They're right there. Okay? So this is the first thing we're overlooking and we're forgetting. All right? Number 2. We're overlooking and we're forgetting what we've already done. Going back to the future in reverse. We're overlooking and we're forgetting what we've already done, what we've already been through. Okay? We're the gifts that we already possess. Okay? You don't, again, sometimes it's not about learning something new or picking up a new skill, or you already have things that are good enough to do something with. And look at this image. Let's forget about the words for a second. Look at this spiral. Okay? This is our journey. Our journey is not linear. It's a spiral because it starts, and just like a spiral staircase, okay, I may put one up on the screen, but I want you to imagine a spiral staircase. When you start at the bottom, it winds its way to the top a couple times, right? So you end up circling similar points that you've already crossed, but at different levels. Do you understand that? So this is your journey. Okay? Sometimes the journey is not about learning new things, doing something different, any of that stuff. It's about mastering what you already know and what you already have. That's it. You came here with gifts. You came here with skills. You came here with blessings. Yes, there are things you can do to master that, but sometimes we get so distracted with something new, something shiny, whatever it may be, and we forget about what we already have instilled in us. We overlook it. We ignore it. Okay? Let's move on. What are we forgetting? All right, we have reflection in reverse. The first message that's coming through with this card is that some of us are we're overlooking our own reflection. Okay? We're looking at everybody else except us. And it's time to get in the mirror, and it's time to study yourself, and it's time to make sure that your relationship with yourself is on point. On point. I want to tap into this to get just a little bit more, but before I do that, I'm going to move on to worldly work. Okay? Some of us in the collective are overlooking the real work that we need to do. Now, we started off this message with some of us are overlooking our ancestors, the fact that they're supporting us, the fact that they're there and available and protecting us every step of the way. And sometimes all we need to do is just acknowledge them, call them in, and they're there and they're showing up and they're showing out, right? So it's not that you necessarily need to do some hardcore ancestral work and go set up an altar with 1,000 candles. You know, that's not what Spirit is saying in this message right now. In fact, this is reminding me of a earlier message that I filmed this year, where I said it's called "You May Be Too Spiritual for 2026." Okay, we're in a timeline right now where, you know, many people in the collective have done some type of spiritual work, some type of attempt to heal themselves. That doesn't mean everybody's healed, okay? There's work to be done, but Spirit doesn't want us to get so spiritual that we miss the point, because there's actual real things that need to be done on the ground, and not just in our head, right? And not just in our heart. And even if you have done the work internally, you still need to be able to have that work that you've done internally reflected externally. Let's just break off onto a tangent for a bit. If you spent a whole year working on your heart chakra, but the minute that you get into a situation where you have to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone, or you have to let someone know that your feelings are hurt or you're uncomfortable and you can't do it, none of that stuff that you did worked. I'm sorry to tell you, because you can't do the real thing in the real world. You can only do it when nobody's looking. You can only do it when you're not being tested. You can only do it when it's a vibe and when it's an aesthetic. But when you really are put to the test, those spiritual tools that you've been practicing, those affirmations that you've been telling yourself, the videos that you've been watching, the cards that you've been pulling, the baths you've been taking, all of that is now undone in that instant, because you can't put it into work in real time. Okay? So it's not that you need to do so much spiritual work. Okay? Some of us are overlooking, and we're forgetting the fact that we have to manifest things in real time. It has to be reflected, and maybe those two cards came out together, actually. Worldly work and reflect and reverse came out together. So it's very possible that the message I was just about to say is what these cards mean together, is that the work that we're doing internally, it has to be reflected externally as well. It can't just be a vibe, a mood, an aesthetic, a thought process, or a belief. It has to be a reality. Okay? So make sure that all the spiritual work you're doing, all the beautiful ideas, and all the creativity, whatever it is that you're holding within you, that you've been working on and brainstorming and whatever else, you know, make sure it's coming out. All right? Make sure it's reflected. Make sure it's reflected outside of you. Okay? That we may be overlooking the work that we need to do on the ground, the work we need to do to get things reflected that are on the inside, on the outside. Okay? And we may be forgetting about it too. Some of us may be forgetting, oh, I gotta actually live my life. I gotta actually do stuff to manifest stuff. That's the hardest part, guys. Okay? I'm just looking into this. I'm looking into this reflect and reverse card, and not unshockingly, the book literally says the same thing I just was saying. Okay? The last card that we have from this Choksa Congo deck is moving right. Some of us are forgetting that we have this internal intuitive knowing, again, that we are surrounded by a living world and a living and breathing reality that literally responds to us when we're doing the right thing and when we're doing the wrong thing. Okay? So you constantly have confirmation available to you. when you're doing the right thing. Okay, so some of us are overlooking the confirmation that's right in front of us. Some of us are overlooking the green light, the yes, the thumbs up from spirit, from our ancestors. We're overlooking, again, that support that we have from God, from source. We're overlooking it. Yes, you are on the right path, but you just got to keep going. And it's that simple. Okay? We went hard. We went hard. But I know you want some more. So we're going to go just a little bit harder. Again, this is a timeless message. So let's see what else is in store for this timeless reading. What we're overlooking, what we're forgetting about in our journey right now, wherever you are in your journey, what you're overlooking, what you're forgetting about. All right, let's see. A card popped out. We're just going to go with it. Okay, so we got consciousness. I hope you can see that. I hope it's very clear. We got consciousness, okay? So consciousness. Some of us are forgetting that, again, you're already aware of what it is that makes you special. You're already aware of your gifts. You're already aware of your talents. You're already aware of so many things. And it's like for some of us, we're so aware, but it's like we just don't want to act on that awareness all the time. We're overlooking the fact that we already know so much. We're overlooking the fact that we are already awakened to our gifts, our talents, our blessings, our destiny, our path, our life purpose. We're already so aware of that, many of us in the collective. And it's like some of us don't want to believe that that's really our path, that that's really our destiny, that that's really our calling, that we're really that talented, that we're really that gifted, that we really can offer something that amazing to the collective. And let me bring it down, because the collective, somebody might think that's the whole world, but guess what? The collective can be the city you live in right now. The collective can be your family. Okay, if the whole world is too big for you to fathom, I just want you to think about, you have a beautiful offering that you're already aware of. You have beautiful talents, beautiful gifts, beautiful blessings that you came in this life with, that you can simply just bless your family with. It's not even about the whole world. Let's scale it down a little bit, because sometimes we got to do that. Okay, so it's really a message about, not doubting yourself, guys. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your ancestors, and your spirit guides that are walking with you daily. Don't do that. We got to stop with that. Let's move on, because we only got one card from that deck. All right, and here's cards are flying out. Two cards flew out together. So again, the question for these two cards here is, what are we overlooking? What are we forgetting about in our journeys? Timeless message. Okay, guys, so we've got two cards here. It is the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Clubs. Okay, so for me, let's start with the Jack of Hearts. Okay, the Jack of Hearts is really a card that says follow your heart. You already know intuitively what it is, what you're supposed to be doing. You already know how you feel about whatever is going on in your journey, wherever you are at this point in your life. You already know how you feel. You already know what your heart's desire is. And all you have to do is listen. That's it. The jacks symbol people who are not yet masters of wherever they are in their journey. I like to think of the jacks as students. Okay, so many of us are learning how to follow our heart, follow our passion the first time, okay, not doubting any of those things. Um, and that's what I'm getting from, both of these cards. And also many of us are learning how to have faith in our passion, in our heart. Okay, if you've been tapped in with me watching my channel, you will know that I've been talking about the heart space, the heart chakra, and how that is what we really gonna have to tap into in 2026, probably 2027 too. Okay guys, mostly because we're moving into a time where astrologically there's going to be a lot of water in the sky. I use sidereal astrology. I don't know about you, but this summer, July 2026, Jupiter will be in Cancer for at least roughly a year. It's going to spend some time in Leo, and that's going to be very interesting as well. But I've been channeling a message for Leo about passion as well, and realizing what truly lights you up, okay? Beyond what's popular, beyond what people are telling you to do, what really, really lies within, and being able to express that outwardly. That's what I've been really talking about. And so we're all in a space right now where we're really learning to honor that. We're learning to honor our passions, what lights us up. We're learning to honor our feelings. We're learning to trust our heart. Okay, that's what I'm really getting from these jacks. But the only thing that I really want to add to this message here from these cards is this Jack of Clubs. Okay, um, we're also learning, again, like I said, yes, following our heart, following our intuition, following our passions, following and trusting what lights us up, and having faith that those things will prevail, they'll be successful, they'll pay off, right? We're learning how to also be honest about those things, being honest about how we feel, being honest about what lights us up, what makes us come alive. We're just learning how to really, really honor our truth. Okay, and so again, in learning all of these things, we're also, because we're still learning, some of us may also be overlooking. Okay, we're forgetting that it's not that hard. We're forgetting that that's the lesson. The lesson is in your passion, in your desire, in your heart. That's it. It's simple. And some of us are making it harder than it is because we're searching in so many places, and it's right here. We're gonna close out this timeless message with the Healing Spirits Oracle, guys. So we're gonna see what's gonna pop out of there. Okay, just a single card flew out. I hope you saw that. Okay, so so I picked it up in reverse. Okay, so it says there is so much more to you than you think. We're about to read that reverse card. You ready? All right. There's so much more to you than you think. And what has this message really been about? It's been about the fact that you already know so much about yourself. You already know the gifts, the talents, the blessings. You know about your ancestors. Maybe not every single one of them, but you know about a few, okay? And you know about a few ancestors who had that bag. You know about the ancestors who was running shit. You know about them. You know that's in your blood. You know that's in your lineage. You know that's in some distant timeline. But you know those people are standing behind you. You know that same abilities run through your veins. You know the passions, the desires, the dreams, the visions that run through your heart and mind day and night. Okay, for some of us since childhood. And so, yes, this card says there is so much more to you than you think in reverse, because Spirit is saying you already know so much about yourself. So my question that I'm going to leave you with is, when are you going to start fully believing that, fully trusting that, fully creating your reality around that simple fact that you know?